I wanted to talk about your training routine as well, because I heard some things about your phenomenal work ethic. For example, Boris Gelfand on the podcast told me a story about you when you were like 14 years old. You came to him for some recommendations of books with solving exercises, and he gave you 5 recommendations. And he said you told him that you already solved all of them. So you must be doing lots of work. Can you share your how you work on chess, how many hours per day you spend, and what you do?
I used to work a lot when I was young, when I was chasing my GM title. Also, after becoming a grandmaster, I still kept working hard, like at least 8 to 10 hours per day. Once I became elite player, once I break through to elite chess, I understand that you have to work not on quantity but the quality. Since then, my approach has changed, and I started to work for quality. Basically, when I was young, I read the every single book that I managed to get. I had, and I solved a lot of exercises. When you are young, you have to spend a lot of time on improving, because I heard from someone that this period of, like, let's say from 16 to till let's say 20 or 2021, you have to really learn a lot, because it will stay for whole your life, whole your career. And that's the most important period to learn, to kind of improve. I think I can imagine that there are players that works harder nowadays. Let's say Dogmush or Faustino. I think they work a lot more than me when I was young, and obviously compared to my age, they are improving a lot faster. Partly because they have a lot of coaches, a lot of resources, also technologies, engines has evolved since then, and also it affected the understanding of the game. If you want to become elite player, if you want to become really top player, you have to work hard, you have to give your best, and it's hard earned thing, and it's never really easy.
Definitely. And to sum up this part, how many hours per day on average do you train these days in between tournaments?
Yeah, nowadays as I said, I'm trying to work for quality. Like every day I try to at least work for 4 or 5 hours, I would say. I try to do some physical activities, and also do some other activities. I'm more free. I'm more kind of I do what I want. I try to have a good rest also, save energy, because all this work 8 to 10 hours, they're really exhausting. They consume so much energy. This is a training routine that I have now, but maybe it will change soon. I don't know.
How big of a percent of time is spent on openings in your case? I understand that it should be most of the time, but how big of a percentage?
I think 70 to 80%, I would say.
And the rest is what? Calculation exercise?
Solving some exercises, analyzing some games, and basically, if you analyze openings, you also improve your middle game understanding. When we speak about openings, there is not you don't purely memorize moves. You understand, you kind of build a repertoire, build feel for the specific type of positions. And I would also not underestimate the importance of endgame. It's essential to have a good endgame skills, to have a good technical.
Yeah, of course. I know that you are very proficient in endgames. I remember that one when you outplayed Magnus in the endgame in Tata Steel, I think, several years back. Queen endgame, very nice one.